Hi everybody, it's the Linkzilla here, coming at you with another Kaijerica Minecraft update. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what the hell happened in here? Well, I'll explain to you. Basically, you see this redstone block here? This is basically where the bubble blower used to be, and I basically got this idea after God knows how long. I'm ashamed of my own stupidity, I swear to God. Basically speaking, I pretty much realized that it would be a much better idea to have a redstone block powering the bubble blower than it would to have a redstone torch, because that way, if I ever wanted to remove the bubble blower for any reason, it wouldn't basically... the water wouldn't just immediately rush in and destroy the redstone torch. Well, destroy, it would just result in it being moved as being a pickup, but basically the fact that the redstone block is there is a much more solid, I don't know, thing. The water can't flow as long as the redstone block is there, but that unfortunately led to a problem. As you probably noticed from the last episode, Sarcosuchus was sort of clipping through the floor, and she didn't move from this spot. And the reason because of that is that somehow this 12-meter long model of a creature ended up fitting in the one block hole where the bubble blower used to be. So basically speaking, this thing got stuck there, and as I was trying to figure out a way to get it out of there, because I can't use leads because this thing isn't tamed to me yet, Get your mouth out of my face. Get your jaws away from my head. Quit trying to eat me. I know you're not. Yeah. Anyways, the point is that when I tried to figure out how to get her out of there, I sunk into the hole myself, and that actually caused her to clip through the sand surrounding all of it, and she began to take suffocation damage. Yeah. That's brilliant right there. So, I panicked. I basically thought there's no way I'm losing my Sarcosuchus after all this time, because I didn't realize that that since I have a backup of this map, I could just pretty much copy and paste the Sarcosuchus pen with the still living Sarcosuchus from the other map into this one. So instead, I basically stopped the game, opened up MC Edit, removed all the water in this area, and I also removed the sand that she was clipping into. Mainly to save her life, but also because, well, I kind of wanted to see her walking around on land again. Seriously, you haven't gone out of the water since you were basically like 2 blocks long. What the hell is the matter with you anyway? I thought crocodiles like to go out on land every now and then. I'm gonna have to do something. I would think about attacking you, getting you to chase me on land, but I remember that one time when you were a little squirt and you tried to eat me. You didn't follow me on land at all. You were able to attack me from the water. So anyways, that's basically what I'm talking about now, and a little bit more update. I'm pretty sure that both my Lyopleurodons are fully grown, and as you can see up there, that one's still alive. They're both still alive, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of disappointed with the full size of the Lyopleurodons. I thought that they would be at least as big as the Mosasaur, but no, I mean, I'm kind of on the small side. But anyways, the point is, it's basically getting to that time where I just cannot keep stalling, and I have to basically, where the hell did you come from? Seriously. Man, I wish the friggin' Sarcosuchus would eat you. It's getting to that time where I'm going to have to fight this thing in order to tame it. And you can probably see down here, I have 2 more Scarab Gems, and that is like such a great story that I have to tell, so I'm just going to basically like show you guys what I had to do in order to get my hands on these 2 Scarab Gems, and you're not going to believe it. I mean, I really wish that I had been recording it, but I didn't want to because I thought that it would be boring and whatnot. Plus, we already have one video with me digging through fossils trying to get the Scarab Gems. But, anyways, well, it'll take me a minute to get there. God damn it. Okay, this is my storage room. But the thing about it is that I'm realizing now that 21 chests for someone like me just isn't enough, because almost all of these chests are filled up with a designated item, so I decided to dig downward and basically start replicating the chest room. I built all this myself. I dug it all out. It took me literally all day yesterday. I mean, thank God I had nothing to do because of the hurricane. I'm just glad that my power came back on when it did. So I'm going down and down. And as I went down, I realized that I found a whole lot of fossils. So I decided to keep on going, and I went all the way down to bedrock level. I got my branch mine somewhere over there. So basically speaking, this is where I got at least 2 stacks of fossils. And as you can see down there at the bottom, what's this? Hello! Welcome to cold storage. This is where I'm going to be keeping all my embryos from now on. And if I'm smart, I'll probably just move the entire lab down here. But I'm not smart. Anyways, so basically the story is, that's pretty much like what I did. I dug all the way down here to pretty much expand the map room. I got a whole bunch of diamonds, I got gold, and I got titanium. That's going to be important when we get later on into the Godzilla aspects of this mod adventure series, but right now I'm just going to teleport back to the top so I can tell you guys the rest of the story. So, yeah, I don't really know how to type the numbers. I mean, I remember taking typing class back in middle school, but I actually skipped the days that we focused on the row of numbers, so anyways. Basically, I had 2 stacks of fossils, and now I only have 1, because I literally stacked all the way up, stacked the entire stack of fossils, and I got both of these scarab gems from that stack alone. I swear. I'm not making that up. I could not make that up, even if I wanted to. It's incredible. I got 2 scarab gems for the price of 1, so basically speaking, I could potentially fight and tame. This is odd. Liopleurodon's gone missing again. Hey you, where's the Liopleurodon? He was just here. I'm not making this up, guys. While I was like digging for the scarab gems, the Liopleurodon was here. Where the hell did it go? I swear to God, this game is messing with me. Maybe it's better that way. I basically thought about, like, maybe once I tamed the one Liopleurodon, I would move that one into the pen with the girl one up there, so that basically they could start spawning and I'd get endless Liopleurodon sacks. I mean, seriously, did you eat it or did it starve to death? Well, you're not all that hungry anymore, so kind of making an assumption here, a bit of a judgment call, but yeah, that's right. I'm judging you, you gluttonous sea monster. I don't think I'll have to do much to fixing that pen. The thing about it is, do I even want to? Because I want this thing to basically exist on land and ocean. But I'm pretty sure that once I basically, like, do anything to edit that wall of water, when that corner of water sources meet, it'll basically immediately start automatically filling up the pool again, so another thing that basically happened is that somehow or another, the Triceratops died. One of my Triceratopses died, Ceratopsians, and had to replace her. But unfortunately, the 2 replacements that I got were both boys. So I'm probably just going to go into MC Edit and get the copy of her back. Yeah, I'm a guy that basically likes things to remain the same. Sue me. But anyways, that's basically the update that I wanted to do. I'm going to fill in that gap, and I'm going to fix up this pen the way that I want it to. My good conscience, I have to go check on the other Lyopleurodon. I'm not going to let you guys go, not yet. I have to go help the sister, so I want you to stay right here and wait for me. The thing about it is, they seem to be obsessed with this wall. Regardless of what pen they are in, they always are sticking their heads through this particular corner. Do they want to migrate northward? If that is north, I'm pretty sure that that's actually east. I'm pretty sure that... Oh. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so that's north. That's east. This thing is hungry, and I basically threw in some squids here the other day just to see if it would hunt them and eat them, but it didn't move, so wonder if I basically remain here for a little bit if squids will pop up. But I don't have time to wait for that. All I want to do is see this thing eat and kill. Is that so much to ask? Does that make me a sociopath? Because I know these things eat squid just as much as they eat sturgeon, so as you can see, all the sturgeon in here are gone. These things ate them all. Over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away. Yeah, for some reason I've been obsessed with The Hobbit lately. I don't know about you guys, but I actually like those movies. I mean, I felt like number one was a bit... Unexpected Journey was a bit rocky, especially since we all pretty much had the growing pains of realizing that this was going to be a drawn-out trilogy when we were under the impression that it should be just one movie. Truth be told, it annoyed me that they were doing that, but I actually like the fact that they did it that way, because, believe it or not, when I read the novel, it was a 300-page novel, one of the shortest novels that I've ever read in its entirety, but it just dragged on in places. Like, Tolkien just goes into such detail about things that, quite frankly, aren't all that important. And plus, I'm not really the biggest fan of the Hobbit as much as I was The Lord of the Rings. And that's ultimately because every single character in The Lord of the Rings, they serve their purpose, you know what I'm saying? I think it's because Tolkien had the story spread out amongst three distinct parts, so that characters that weren't introduced immediately in part one would go on to have much bigger story arcs throughout later in the series, but that just kind of annoyed me that it didn't play out that way for the Hobbit, especially because the dwarf company sets out to steal something from the dragon in the hopes that maybe they'll get enough treasure out, at least according to the story, in order to either rebuild their fortune or to pretty much inspire other dwarves to come back and help them get more treasure out, and maybe even kill the dragon. But then their plan gets screwed up, the dragon goes on a rampage in the nearby town, and the person who kills the dragon, the main antagonist of the entire story, is someone that we don't know. I mean, I like the fact that the movie introduced Bard earlier on in the Desolation of Smaug movie, but Bard was literally a nobody. He was a plot device. He was introduced for the sole purpose of killing the dragon, and he disappears afterwards. I like the fact that he had a story afterwards that basically, had him becoming the leader of Lake Town and whatnot, leading the men in the battle against of 5 armies, but still, and I'm surprised that some people are not okay with that, considering that they say that he's basically just a carbon copy of Aragorn. Well, so what, honestly? Truth be told, I think like his version of the story is like much more, I'd say, realistic than Aragorn's is. I mean, it's hard for me to explain, but anyway, that's my take on part one. I admit that when I saw it, I thought it was a little bit rocky, and I wasn't really excited for the upcoming parts. Desolation of Smog blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. Everything that I thought that the first movie did wrong was actually corrected, to the point where I thought that the first movie was a bit cumbersome because instead of using stuntmen in suits for the orcs in makeup, they used CG orcs. I thought that the wargs looked a little bit weird. Anyways, the second movie, it's back to using men in suits for the orcs, except for like Azog and Volg. They basically have to be CG because of how disturbing they are. So, but basically speaking, like there was a lot more that was able to be done with that movie. It focused less on the cringe comedy that the novel was pretty much built on, and actually focused more on action. And I don't mind the fact that they shoehorned in a lot more action than was actually necessary, because, I mean, that whole scene with the barrels going down the river, yeah, it's silly, but at least it's kind of cool. Honestly speaking, it's kind of the same way that I feel about the stone giant scene from the first movie. It's that when I was reading the stone giant scene, I basically thought to myself that this is pointless. It literally came out of nowhere, it's given no explanation, and it's gone immediately. Why should I care about this? But basically, like, if I were writing it, this is something that I could have just omitted from the story altogether. But in my opinion, if you're going to make that into a visual medium, something as pointless and unexplained as that just showing up and doing its sole purpose for that one scene that it's in, honestly, if you're going to do something that stupid, make it epic. Make it the right kind of epic. Make it something to actually look at. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna hit this thing. Get out of the corner! Maybe if I go into regular mode, it'll chase me. Nope. But I know that if I get close, it'll automatically eat me. Holy crap, I'm beginning to think that it is stuck. Like, legitimately stuck. What am I gonna do about you? Wish I could continue this rant on The Hobbit. The third movie I could give or take, because it definitely was the point where the stretching out between three movies got so overbloated. I mean, I thought that The Lord of the Rings had some long action sequences, but the Battle of Five Armies basically took up like half of the movie's running time, and I get that that's the point. That's what the movie is named after. But I ultimately feel like so much of the movie-going populace nowadays takes that way too literally. So, anyways, that's just my take, a brief take on the Hobbit trilogy, and I was a bit upset that it was being expanded into three movies. I would have been happy if it was just two, but it ultimately would have made the final confrontation with Smaug disappointing, because the final confrontation with him is actually pretty disappointing. It's not the climax of the book at all. It's like it begins and is over before you even realize what had happened. But anyways, I'm basically going to cut this video here, and I'll pretty much pick it up again once I have like everything fixed. I will have I will basically get back to you when I'm ready to take on the Sarcosuchus. Alright, so I'll just cut it here and we're back. I'm finally ready to take on the Sarcosuchus. Now, just take a moment to examine the beauty of the aquatic scarab gem. Back when I rediscovered the mod, I was just surfing around Google and I rediscovered it. They did the update that added the aquatic scarab gem, and I was thinking that the beautiful blue color of the Dominican amber, I was just left thinking that, yeah, that's something that I definitely need to do. So I gotta play the game just so I can use this. So now, finally got my trusty Winchester, and we are finally going to go after the Sarcosuchus. So I'm pretty sure that her hitbox is like in her back somewhere. Just gotta find the sweet spot. It's too close for comfort. You know what? Let me get her out of this corner. Let me see if I can get her to chase me. Can't you move? Are these things just bulletproof? And it dropped my mouse. Yeah, as you can see, I'm basically just going to teleport out of there because I'm not giving her the satisfaction of actually killing me. Dig out that whole area out from under her so that she can finally fucking move, because this isn't a fight. This is just pathetic. Okay, she's swimming. That's gonna be a good sign. In case you're wondering why I keep teleporting out of there when it would just be as easy to let her kill me, well, quite frankly, it's because every single time she eats me, she heals, so I'm not giving her the satisfaction, you know? Because this is just frustrating, trying to hit a hitbox that might not even be there. No, you look away. You stop following me. I just hate how the first shot is always the easiest. Okay, now she's moving. Well, I know I hit her. You gonna come up here and face me? Alright, I got plenty of ammo. At least like 12 stacks of bullets left. You know, honestly, right now, I wish I had a bow to figure out, like, where this thing's hitbox is. Okay, you all saw that? Aha! I think I've got you now. It only took, like, how many tries? Trying my hardest to, like, not move the cursor at all. Right in the throat. Shouldn't you be sleeping? Alright. Finally got you, girl. It's okay. I'm gonna make it all better. And she's happy, but she's now tamed to me. I need a skull stick in order to order her around, but at least I can now finally do this. Get out of the fucking water! Okay, maybe I can't. At least not just yet, because she appears to still be stuck. It is tough being me, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a painful chore to be me, because honestly, I don't think that she's going to be even remotely able to move until I move her for her. Because these animals, this mod, the animals in this mod are just, they're so infuriating. Because they get clipped onto these walls. They clip onto the walls and they get stuck, and then they just cannot do anything ever again. This mod is honestly, like, causing me so much stress. I'm just gonna go drop off my lucky Winchester. So, from now on, every single time I prepare to fight one of these animals to tame them, I'm just going to open up spawn one of them in another game, and find out where their damn weak points are. That's what I'm gonna do. If any of you guys got a problem with that, you can take a flying leap. You know what I'm saying? Just soar right off the edge of the world. I'm gonna go make myself a skull stick. Honestly, I think I should just go around killing every single witch that I find until they drop a few sticks, because right now, I'm mad enough to do that. I am mad. I'm a mad man. Don't know why I did the whole sheep thing there, but I am mad. Because that, like, took way too long. I mean, it's like 12 minutes, people. Alright. Got a stick. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm not going to use that stick, that's the stick that I use to order the other animals around. Yep. I just hate the fact that you have to have specific items to command these things. It's so stupid. Alright. Got a stick. Those of you who are wondering what a skull stick is, skull. Stick. Skull stick. I think I might enchant this thing and make it a weapon. Hopefully, now, whenever I want this thing to kill something, it will fucking comply. I gotta say, people, that after this, I'm really looking forward to finally putting a bullet into the mosasaur. Alright? Stay. I'll follow. Good girl. Now, get the fuck out of the water. You're gonna use your legs for once. See? These pigs, these guys are your friends. This isn't like a whole fish are friends, not food thing. You feel free to eat them. You eat them whenever the fuck you want, okay? Stop following me. You're not leashed anymore. Stop. Now you just go play with your new friends while I fix your pen. Yeah, I've added slabs and, like, stairs here because apparently, according to the mod, these things don't work well with stairs. So, these things don't really go out of the water themselves, but putting stairs here is supposed to help them. Basically, I remember, like, that story that I told you about her getting stuck in, like, a one area-sized block. Maybe it could happen again, so just gonna widen these out a bit. Whoa. Do not like you getting that close. Sorry, I mean, I know that basically we've had a lot of time to acclimate to one another, but I still basically don't know if I can trust you. I don't trust you, basically, when you rip apart a creeper, or if you rip apart, like, a zombie that's trying to kill me. You do so for no other reason other than it's me. Like if it was anybody else, you just let them get eaten by a zombie, but I expect you to save it because it's me. Man, I am hungry. It's 6 o'clock. Honestly, after this, I'm gonna go out and get myself some dinner. It's basically all I can really think about, because after today, I basically kind of like worked on something for like one of my classes. That's ultimately like one of the things that I should really be working on, that short story that I have for that fiction writing class of mine, but the problem is that that story is, well, I have a week to do it, but it like has to be at 10 pages. Okay, you're a good girl. Let's see how you handle one of these guys. Oh, thank God. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. And I'm gonna put you back at full health because that was just way too damn close. Probably shouldn't have had you do that immediately after taking on a spider and a spider jockey, so... Although I wonder what kind of powerhouse you would be if I splashed you with strength, huh? Okay, you're all better now. Okay, you're good. You can feel free to go back in the water whenever you want. I mean, the only reason that I had you come out here was because I hadn't seen you on land since I bred you. That was just just kind of boring, sweetie. I mean, you are a semi-aquatic animal, which means that you are able to go out on land. I bred you to basically be seen from both the water and on land. And right now, I'm going to put up a skeleton of you in here for no other reason than just I can. Sure, it's morbid, but... Good girl. You are a very good girl. Big and powerful girl. You're a good girl. Not a clever girl, but a good girl. For some reason, I kind of wish I had to do this with the raptors and whatnot. Make them earn my respect by basically beating them to near death and then brainwashing them with a magical item. I'm really evil now that I think about it. But, you know what they say, it's just so easy when you're evil. Yeah, the short story that I have due for class, it's not due for another week, so... But ultimately speaking, I just don't think that I can work like that. I want to be a writer because I know that I can create interesting things, but I don't think that I can really perform the way that that class is going to expect me to. I don't think that I could write something just because I'm assigned to write it. If I'm going to write something, I want it to basically be like something that I would put thought and effort into and a lot of planning. But these stories come at such a demanding pace that I don't have time to do that. So I literally was just browsing through some old internet articles that I found online, and finally someone had basically I just read something completely at random, and that gave me the idea. Great, another spider is coming. Looks like the skeleton hit the spider. I tried to get it to shoot. They're working together! You walked into the wrong pen, Spider. I mean, you had a major powerhouse alliance going on here. I mean, you just... How long has that door been open? Since the battle started? Hard to believe that she could have walked out at any moment. Whoa! Anyways, my point is that it has to be like 10 pages long, but it can't be more than 30 pages long, so if I go over 10, that's okay. Don't really have all that much faith in this idea. It's basically just one of those things that I'm just going to write because the class said that I had to, so I'm not going to really get invested in it, and it's like, I wanted that to be the case last semester when I took a class just like this, which is why I hate the fact that I have to take another one of these things. But ultimately, yeah, I got emotionally attached to the stories I wrote for that class, but now I don't give a damn about them, so really hope that that's going to be the situation this semester, to where, once this story is, done, submitted for the grade, I'm not going to give a damn about it anymore. So, I want to get a good grade on it, but honestly, I don't think that I have enough time to actually come up with an idea and dedicate it to this one story. And I mean, that's ultimately the problem that I think with creative writing classes. This guy has yet to actually give us any sort of class instruction. He hasn't basically told us what creative writing is, what we should do or shouldn't do. He just basically is expecting us to write a story and turn it in for a grade, and he's expecting us to do that 3 times. But anyways, the point here is I've finally got my Sarcosuchus, and she's bred, she's basically full up, and the thing about it is I am just going to enjoy making her kill things for my own benefit. So let's take this sturgeon spawn, breed ourselves a sturgeon, and what the hell? See if I can get her to eat it. attacked it, so she should be attacking it. Oh, had to bring it to her mouth. Kind of wanted her to do the death roll. You're just so apathetic that I have to bring food to you. And that just destroyed the lead. So thank you so much. Anyways, I think that that's pretty much a full episode right there. Me talking about The Hobbit, me complaining that one of my Lyopleurodons is gone yet again, but at least I got Sky Lyopleurodon. Hey, somebody make that into a meme. The big Lyopleurodon in the sky. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.